Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MMM cast, or
Yes, cast.
thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing about an hour to 2 hours, somewhere in there. We are never consistent. Of Chronicles of Darkness. And I just want to, at the top of the round, say thank you to everybody for being our patrons on Patreon, for following us. If you got friends and family who aren't following us, ask for them to follow us for Christmas. That's all you really need, honestly. And also, if you want to send us a Christmas gift, subscribe for December. Easy as that. And let me tell you,
All I want for Christmas is your family subscriptions.
yeah. And we've been really good this year, honestly. If you can go back and watch our videos for the last year, like as we every week for the last year, you can watch us and see how good we've been. So there's proof there.
And like on a scale of 1 to 10, comment how good we've been on each video.
Yeah, on each video. Yeah, as you watch them for the last.
Adequate this year.
Yeah, we have definitely been this year. We definitely 100% been.
But anyway, getting started, who's going to do my recap for last episode? I mean, Coulter can't do it because he's dead. So
he's dead?
Not yet. I'm not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Because if he's dead, then that's one of my long-term aspirations fulfilled right there.
So kill Coulter.
One of your long-term aspirations is killing me?
I want to see someone die.
Oh, okay.
Like someone close. So
I'm so glad I can help you.
I just need to know. Okay, I'll do the recap. So last time, Angel came over and admitted to us that her father is actually the Honey Man. She claims she can't help the group against him and is actually coming to us for information, which was bullshit. She now has a memory of the group at School Whispering Pines, which she also attended, but we never saw her. Ruby streams Angel. Angel starts to leave, but Clay was able to coax her back to the apartment. Angel shares she's never actually met her father, but she knows him to be extremely dangerous and powerful. She claims that he once manned a machine that only immortals could manipulate. She's able to use it now that her father is dead, but she won't. She confirms that the only time the group saw the Humming Man was when they were children, and she stressed the fact that they must contact her if they see him as adults. She warns the group away from Whispering Pines and anything related to that. When the group explains that they're being pulled into the memories by some unknown force, she's puzzled. She does not believe that her father had the ability to deal with like timeline wibbly-wobbly stuff. After reviewing the timeline, Angel reveals that she also had visions during the first time the group was pulled into the memory. Clay shows her his new brain, and upon seeing it, Angel immediately leaves and tells Clay that they can no longer interact. Clay says, "Fuck you."
And it was the brand, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I heard brain and I was just confused for a moment.
The mark, technically. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, there's just a big picture of Mark Romero on his back.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that'll inhibit some magic for sure.
This is my brain, Krang.
Ruby goes for a run, is jumped and stabbed by Mr. Shivers, but she's able to run away. Clay goes to the consortium for research, meets up with Benjamin Affleck, not Ben Affleck, who is able to tell him a little bit of lore about the mark on his back. It's from a group that worships an ancient evil god. Benjamin also has heard of Trigardus, who was a minor deity generations ago, but is kind of just whatever and not worth our time. Clay breaks off to go do some research on the Destiny engine and is attacked by Mr. Shivers. But with the help of Ben Affleck, they believe he's destroyed. Back at the apartment, Jack admits to Owen that he changed some of Owen's notes about Tiana. As Owen delves further into this, Jack breaks the contract unknowingly. Or was it knowingly?
He eventually knows it.
I knew that I was risking it, but I was like trying to walk a line before I broke it.
So Jack broke the contract and magic swells around them. Tiana remains their sister, though, so something went wrong with breaking the contract.
So
Owen
stabbed it.
I was just going to say Owen stabs Jack in anger. But he rewinds time 10 seconds, and the pair reach an understanding. Tiana, sensing their conflict, believes them to be talking about Elias's affair and the resultant love child with Jack, which Jack advises they will talk about later. Out of earshot, Tiana confides in Dell that another secret hangs over them still, and that's that Elias is Ruby's biological father. The next day, the group goes to the library to research Whispering Pines and the Destiny Engine, find the location for Whispering Pines and strange ties between the Destiny Engine and the Indigo Collective. As they leave the library, Jack is suddenly struck by a sniper bullet, and that's where we ended.
All right, so I'm not going to have you guys roll for initiative because I believe Mark is going to do some effery immediately. So
Yeah.
Fuckery is this?
So once Jack goes down and I see it, I immediately unravel the tapestry, rewinding the clock 10 seconds. So we're now inside, attempting to walk out, and I'll stop Jack. You don't want to go out there. Someone just shot and killed you.
How? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes. Perhaps we should find a different way home.
How?
Is there? I'm assuming there's a bathroom in the library, right? So let's go to the restroom, everybody.
Okay.
Everybody, what are you guys
Okay.
talking about?
I mean, this isn't the weirdest thing we've done as a group, so let's go.
Are there mirrors in the bathroom?
there are.
Okay. I will use a point of glamour and a willpower to touch the surface of the... Wait, I will maybe do that.
You got to email me with these new abilities, buddy, so I can look them up before play. Because Mark's like, I'm going to spend all the experience points.
Yep.
I got him in my pocket. I'm just waiting to figure out what to spend him on.
So many ideas.
2 successes. So the changeling touches the reflective surface once. The way is open. The changeling can step through, bringing any companions he likes in a chain linking hands, or similar reaching through, or I can similarly reach through and grab objects. It essentially connects this mirror to the mirror I have in my room, the floor length mirror. So to little one to grasp hands.
So hang on. This should be okay, but I'm just got to roll one thing. Okay, cool. They haven't removed the bathroom mirror. Because they do that in a lot of public spaces now. But it's one of those big, long ones that has like 2 sinks over it. So it's pretty easy for you guys to like all kind of, you have to climb up onto the sink into it, but it's not hard.
And then we reappear after being in a weird kind of mirror dimension where you're seeing your reflection everywhere on the floor, the ceiling around you. I bring you through another entrance into my room.
That was
that's new.
Who tried to kill me? Was it me specifically?
Well, I mean, he killed you, yes. I don't know if he was going for you. I have no clue. It was a sniper shot.
It was a real solid shot.
Do you have that? Clay, do you have the card?
For Angel?
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk to her. That doesn't mean we aren't.
There you go.
I'm going to text the number. Is my value still at 100?
Hang on. You get a text message back saying, "Leave the room that Clay is in."
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, she's so sassy.
Fucking wow.
We're like across town now, aren't we?
Yeah, you're across town. Yeah.
Or what?
She doesn't respond.
What's wrong?
She asked me to leave the room that you're in.
I go in my room.
You leave the room that
And
I'm
slam
in.
the door.
Okay.
As soon as he leaves the room, you start seeing the ... And she goes, "Yeah, still 100. Why?"
Somebody just tried to kill me.
"Are you alive?" Question mark.
Yes.
Then it wasn't me.
I wasn't alive a minute ago.
10 seconds ago.
To be fair, you were gravely wounded. You still would have had to take
Okay.
full ag before you actually died, but
I took full lethal. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, one down. Keeping that card. Anybody else need the card? I feel like we can pass it around the room, apparently, if we're not with Clay.
I rip it up.
I got it on my phone, so I'm keeping that one.
Well, I mean, who did you piss off?
Helena, make a strength check.
Okay. None.
Just one success?
I could do a willpower.
1 or 0?
0.
0? You cannot rip up that card. It is not made out of. It is not made out of paper, whatever it is.
I throw it on the ground. I stomp on it. Then.
Does anyone pick it up?
I'm not gonna. I mean, I have it on my phone now, so.
Pick it up and put it in my pocket because we may need it for later.
Make a wits plus composure roll.
Okay.
I was hoping one of the eidetic memory people would pick it up, so I wouldn't have to make a roll.
I have eidetic memory, so.
You and Mark, I believe.
My child form did. I don't.
Oh, you lost that? I guess 100 years in fairy hell will play with your mind a bit.
I don't want to remember anything.
2 successes and 1 critical failure.
So it's only a critical failure if it's a chance die and you roll 1. So,
Got it.
But the number is different on the card.
The number's different?
Yes.
After I tried to rip it up?
After the text message got sent out, it changed.
Oh.
I'm just going to put it inside whatever leather jacket pocket I have.
Don't lose that, because now we need it from you. What do we want to do now? Somebody is trying to kill me outside of the library, and they're not here presently. I'm assuming if they want me dead, they want more of us dead.
I mean, yes, and I don't think Mr. Shivers uses bullets. Did you piss off anyone recently?
Anyone human that would use a sniper rifle specifically.
Depending on what happened with the conversation that Owen and I had, it's possible that the vampires are no longer a fan of me, and they do occasionally use hitmen, as we know that they hired Angel. Beyond that, or Hunter deciding to off me, I'm not really sure who else it would have been.
Would Angel know if there was a hit put out on? Who would know what? Jack.
The thing that I and the thing that I broke, I think the other party would know about that as well.
And he would want to kill you for it?
I don't know. He had me do it in the first place, which is not entirely hinged, so it's just a thought.
Okay. Well, process of elimination would, if there was a hit put out on you by the vampires, would Angel know about it? Do we have to call her back and
Not unless
see
we
if
asked her
there's
for it.
like a group chat going on?
Do we want to text
all the-
Angel or Hunter?
I mean, being it's her employment, I don't think she'd be too forthcoming with any information as to who was trying to hunt you.
Yeah,
Hunter
she's
it
not our
is.
biggest fan right now, is she?
I will text Hunter. Hey, bud, do you want to talk about the library? ?
You receive a text message back. What do you mean?
Where are you?
Can you drop a pin for me, buddy?
Sure. And almost immediately he drops a pin down at the Chicago FBI office.
Okay, go ahead and remove that just in case. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem. Is Clay okay?
I think so. I'm sorry things didn't work out, but I do think he still wants the same thing as you.
What do you mean? What didn't work out?
And I'm just not going to respond. Okay, so I don't know if he's lying or not, but his phone is at the FBI office, so that's a start. I don't have anything
I
else,
suppose we need to try to get to Whispering Pines undercover so that another sniper bullet doesn't come for you.
Did I entirely burn Cal, or can I use Cal at all?
I think you still have Cal. Did
Okay,
you burn him?
I can't remember. That's what I was worried about. Like, I haven't used him in so long. Okay, I can use Cal maybe to get out of town at least. Fuck.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I got snacks, booze. Let's go.
I hate to be that guy, but saving Jack's life took a bit more out of me than I would have liked. Perhaps maybe just a quick 15-minute in Dell's chambers.
Always up for that.
Okay.
And maybe Clay can come with.
Yeah.
So it is the middle of the day, so I'm going to need you to roll a d10 to see if any of the ones you're currently hunting are asleep, Del.
I'll go get Clay.
No success.
And unfortunately, you don't have any marks currently. I mean, you could just attack a random person, but you wouldn't know for sure if they fit your MO.
No, I don't think I could do that. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. Well, I suppose let's go.
Would
any of us work?
I mean, fear is fear.
Can any of you put a certain someone to sleep? I've got a list.
I can make them unconscious.
I was gonna say the same. We can't put them to sleep.
They don't learn anything if a werewolf runs up and knocks them.
Yeah, I can do that.
But then I think I might be using some of your resources. Then I could see if I could snack on the way. I don't.
Mark, I will just point out that somebody just tried to kill Jack and you told him, so there's probably quite a bit of fear. Well, no, not from Jack, actually. Well, no, yeah, from Jack.
From Jack?
He's probably pretty stressed out. Britannica wouldn't be, but Jack is.
Okay. I'll try and take some of that off the top.
I mean, do you disagree, Coulter?
That's what I was trying to figure out, was whether I would be a source or not. Because I was like, I think
got
that's the only
two.
reason he's able to keep himself collected is because of Brit.
I mean,
It doesn't mean it's not there.
like,
So because it is fear, that would be 3 glamour back. So
Okay, so that I'm full glamour now.
I mean,
Does it remove the
now
fear?
since
No,
no,
unless I
he's skimming off the
harvest.
top.
Yeah,
Because that doesn't affect his willpower. That's only if you reap, right?
yeah, that's only if I reap, and that actually takes the emotions.
for the record, in the future, I can put people to sleep.
Oh, really?
What does this process
But so
look
the
like?
problem, just real quick before we get to that, the problem with just putting someone to sleep is that Jake specifically has to go after somebody who preys on the weak, or else like it doesn't really work for him. So he has to go after a very specific
I
type
know.
of victim.
Yeah,
He
I
just
think
said
we're
he had a list of people.
Go find them, put them to sleep.
Put them in the ground.
Anyway, do you want to talk about what your? I mean, harvesting. All he kind of does is like kind of sucks up the ambient emotions.
I think of it as like taking a really deep breath and like impossibly deep, so my chest like comes out really far, and I just kind of suck in emotions.
Great.
He can technically do that with any emotion. It's just fear is his specific one. So like every time Ruby flies off the handle, he could technically harvest.
What does that do to the person? They feel more fear? More
No,
anger?
it's only so
No.
when I just like taking or just feeding, it just takes it like the ambient emotions from the air. If I reap, that's when I actually like pull out emotions from a person and like leave them catatonic. But that like that
And he
hurts me, my willpower.
He could also incite Bedlam, which means he could make everyone in the room feel an emotion, but that's kind of counterproductive. Because I think you spend glamour to do that, but
Yeah, and I don't want to incite a werewolf to be afraid because I don't know what that. I want to see the receiving end of that.
Yeah, it's a good thing you had that 10-second thing because I was about to go into the death rage. So,
Oh man,
in downtown Chicago.
that's the kind of creature you're road tripping with.
love it.
Don't kill me.
Oh no, she would have death raged
Kill
because
everybody else. Yeah,
her triggers are her pack members getting hurt. So like you guys are the safest from her death rage of anyone, but
And I mean, for the record, if we're talking about this stuff, I don't need to be necessarily near the person to put them to sleep. I just need something from them, like blood or hair.
so
Or-
in a pinch, yeah.
well, I mean, Dell doesn't keep those things in a handy dandy notebook like you do.
No, I'm
But
just
now he
saying.
can.
But like,
Now he will.
you know, he is a
Start.
bartender. If he happens to like, napkin with some like DNA from them, like wiping their lips or something on it.
I mean, it would be amazing if Dell could get a hold of the Humming Man, because not only does he fit his MO perfectly, but is also immortal, so he can't kill him.
Fantastic. That's a all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh, goodness.
So, shall we go?
How are you guys planning to go?
You have a vehicle?
I don't believe so. All your vehicles are back in Monticello, which is now a smoking ruin.
Can we request a vehicle from the annex?
Yeah, because
Oh yeah, you guys had the SUV before. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll take that.
So just a couple points of contention. Tiana and Chloe, what are the plans with them? Just so you guys don't forget and leave it in my
because
hands.
they're both there. Oh, fuck.
So we can't take.
I forgot Chloe's with us because I kind of want to know more about this Mark.
You guys have asked Chloe about her mark. She doesn't know. She got it before, like when she was real little, so she doesn't really remember anything.
I wonder if she would be more amenable to males if she saw that I had one, like her.
I'm just saying, in a previous episode, you guys had specifically asked her about.
No. I get that, but she also won't talk to males. And if she sees that I have one like her,
the last interaction you guys had with her, she was much more warm to the males of this group specifically.
okay.
Like during the Tiana thing. So I'm saying like she's definitely grown to trust the males of this group.
Okay.
Clay, we
I
need
don't
to
know.
go talk to Chloe. We need to go talk to Chloe and figure something out for her.
I mean, she's technically in a pocket dimension with the annex, so I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, what are your guys' thoughts on that before you go off? Because if you guys leave, Tiana won't know you're gone until she wakes up tonight. So
Let's leave a note for Tiana just to say we're leaving. I don't want to take her.
Yeah.
Not a fan, sorry.
In this instance, she should probably stay here. Yeah.
I get that you
can't
guys are screwing
guarantee.
now, but if we can just leave a note.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, she has a cell phone. You could text her.
Who wants to do
no,
it?
I scribble a note down. Says when to investigate. Text me when you're up.
Okay.
So you guys are driving to Virginia?
I think Lena wants to do something.
So I'm going to go down and talk to Chloe. I will let her know. I guess my main thing is asking her, what does she want to do? Does she want to stay or does she want me to find her somewhere else to live? Or be. So anyway, we're talking. How are you feeling?
I'm doing well. Front desk is very nice. He brings me all the pudding I ask for. So
It's good to have limitless pudding. Are you learning anything? Do you feel like you know what you want to do after you feel 100% better?
I'm going to live here with you in my new room, right?
What do you mean your new room?
Well, I assume you guys will get me a room like I had back at home.
So you want to stay with us?
Where else would I go?
I don't know. I guess I'm just not sure if this is the best life for you. But I think we'll figure something out. Definitely. I want to make sure you have as good a childhood as you can. According to her charts, is she all healed up or?
I mean, she's still recovering. Like, to avoid infection, it's still going to take probably like another 3-4 days before. And I mean, even after that, like she has no, like she can't just go to school or anything. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you're still healing up and you're in a safe place. I have to go somewhere and take care of some things. Will you be okay here?
I think so. Annex takes care of me. Or, I'm sorry, the front desk. He doesn't like being called Annex.
He prefers front desk?
Yes.
Well, that's good to know.
And he's not a real father. He's both a father and like us, you know?
That's good to know. I've never talked to him that much, but I will try to make time for that.
He answers everything I ask him, but sometimes the answers are really confusing, and sometimes they make my head hurt.
Well, I'm glad you're asking questions. I do think you should try and learn things while you're here if you can.
Mm-hmm. If that's what you want me to do.
It is. And heal and get better. Yeah, and try not to lose your temper.
Oh, I'll try. What was I bad before?
No, I personally know what it's like to lose your temper, and it's not fun.
Yeah.
All right. I leave.
As you're leaving the room, the front desk kind of standing outside of the door. Any special instructions while you're out of town?
Just try and help her learn things like reading and
General
math and
education?
stuff. I think that would be good for her, yeah.
I will have to determine her current level of knowledge.
Yeah.
It has been a long time since I've had to give somebody a standardized test. This should be exciting.
She has no formal education, so I think she will need a lot of catching up.
I look forward to it.
Thank you. Front desk.
Is there a name you would rather call me?
No, I want to call you whatever you want to be called.
I have had sentient beings inside of the annex for much longer than I am accustomed to, and I feel that front desk is not a name.
It's pretty formal sounding.
Yes.
Maybe you and Chloe could decide on a name together.
She thinks that I should be called not father, but I feel like this is the same as front desk.
Yeah, that's also not great.
I will ruminate on it.
Okay. Thank you. Goodbye. Okay. I returned to the apartment. Well, Chloe's sort of taken care of. I still don't know what we're going to do with her, but
It's a start.
Yeah,
Better than where she was before.
much,
There's no change this time.
much better. And I don't think we can let her out of our sight for theoretically the foreseeable future, since Benjamin is looking for her, and I think he'd probably, I don't know what he'd do to us if he knew that we were keeping secrets from him.
Not good things.
I mean, he turned Mr. Shivers into a six-sided dice, so
Perhaps we can create a room here and in our home and go from there after Whispering Pines.
If we return.
Things to think about on our way to Whispering Pines. What's the plan when we get to Whispering Pines? Maybe I should ask that now.
Well, I think we need a flight first because driving's going to take a long time. So perhaps if we take a flight to DC or somewhere close by, it'll at least make it a little bit shorter.
I
you
just
wanna
Googled
be-
it. It's actually only a 10-hour drive.
Yeah,
11 hours with
a long
traffic.
time.
I just don't know if we want to be on the radar that much by taking a flight.
I just don't know if I want to roleplay the 11-hour drive.
Wait, can we travel with your fancy mirror to mirror thing?
I mean, I need to have seen the mirror before.
Well,
mean
look
like
at
the
the mirror in the
traffic?
White House. There's got to be pictures of those.
Mark, you mean like the mirror in the bathroom inside Whispering Pines that you just saw from your childhood memory?
I didn't think that you'd let me use that, but yeah, definitely.
I mean, you've
Do we
been
really
there.
want to do that, though?
Oh, this is playing with fire.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, let's fucking do it.
Is everybody ready?
That's Brady's saying.
Yeah, totally.
If we go there, I just don't understand how this time stuff works. I saw Jack's whole board. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to give you a willpower back because your thread is acceptance and everyone just turned to you to use your Fey powers to help them, which feels like that feels like it fits, right?
Yeah, it does for sure. That they're acknowledging my power and yeah, I like that. And he feels good inside for the first time in a very long time.
You've gained the power of self-respect.
Super excited now and a little bit giddy that I can kind of help my family with these powers. I'm going to touch the mirror in my room tell everyone link hands again, and I will see if it works. One success. So as we step through, yeah, so it's a simple success, but the number of successes is an elemental. I become mirror-like when I step out, so no one can perceive me up to X amount of success minute, so 1 minute, since I got one success.
Okay, so you aren't perceivable for a minute?
It just says it becomes mirror-like after exiting the portal, only reflecting what is in the room. This renders him invisible to the naked eye for a number of minutes equal to success rolls.
Okay, does somebody want to give me a D10 roll, just randomly?
3.
Are you
5.
tangible?
Okay, which number do you guys want to use?
Well,
Pink one first.
So 3? You step through the portal just as 3 middle school aged boys are turning the lights on and off and chanting something. And they then see you flip out and flee from the bathroom.
I thought the school was closed.
That's going to come back and bite us.
Very specifically, last episode, you guys found out that they're accepting applicants for their summer program.
Oh no! Oh yikes! Okay, well. What time
we
was
should
it again?
probably leave this room.
Oh Jesus! Where did that come from?
Oh, give it a minute.
Okay.
That sounds
Shall we?
Yeah. I don't like this place, guys.
Ruby, maybe you first. I think this is a men's room.
I peek out the door. There are people out there.
You see an older man, and go ahead and give me a wits roll.
Oh my god.
Oh, is it?
Dream Daddy?
Ooh.
My hair's all
3.
over the place today.
You don't recognize him, but he sees you and kind of immediately like perks up, and then kind of like conspiracially looks around and like walks towards the bathroom, going like this, like go back in.
Is this an adult?
It's older than you guys for sure.
Okay, so I duck back in and hold the door closed. Oh my god, someone immediately saw me.
What?
Turn the lights off, Ruby. Turn the lights off.
As he walks in, can I have everyone else make a wits roll?
I'm barring the door.
Oh,
Oh,
he's trying to open it.
I run over and flip the lights off.
You hear through the door, and Coulter, with your eidetic memory, you hear an older version of Mr. Ambrose's voice going, "I sure hope that you guys destroyed the camera."
Got cameras. What? Do I let him in?
Yeah,
I guess.
pull him in.
Okay, I let
What?
him in.
Which camera?
Mr. Ambrose walks in and points to 2 seemingly empty spots on the ceiling.
In the bathroom? That's so weird.
It's been like this since you were children. Why are you surprised?
I'll
Let's remember
take
that.
some of the water out of my flask and shoot it at one of the cameras.
I just assumed Jack was going to EMP them, but yeah, that works
Yeah.
too.
Well, because I can also electric sight and see where they are.
Oh,
We could do one each. They're gone either way. I mean, hit them with the ice and they're gone.
Okay, so have we gained any additional memories of Mr. Ambrose? Like all we remember is our one interaction with him. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys did have the therapy sessions with him as well within those memories, but they were just pretty common, like, tell us about how you feel about your entire family dying kind of things.
Okay, so I put a hand on his chest and push him against the wall, and I say, you need to start answering some questions about this place.
Ruby, make a primal urge plus composure roll.
Boy.
Yikes.
One success.
Ruby, you are you go to put your hand out and he turns into butterflies, and you realize you are walking through a forest filled with 2-foot-story mushrooms, and you don't know where you are. For everyone else in the group, they just see Ruby go.
And immediately start attacking the ground, the mushrooms, whatever.
Mr. Ambrose snaps her fingers, and Ruby kind of just slumps to the ground.
Better
Seeing
call.
that, can I? Is there shadows like anywhere? Is
I mean,
everything all lit up?
you're in a bathroom with fluorescent lights, but you guys
turn
said
the
you
lights
turned off
off.
the lights.
Yeah.
If that was heard and the lights are off, I'd like to shadowed soul and become basically.
Mr. Ambrose puts his hands up. I just put her to sleep so she wouldn't cave my chest in. Everyone calm down.
What does
So
your shadowed
high.
self look like?
It looks like
Basically.
nothing because it becomes shadow.
Yeah. I temporarily dissolve my body into a shadow substance. I am invisible, intangible, and impervious to physical harm in this state. I can still speak and use senses, though. So I just kind of step back into an extra dark
You just
area of the
disappear.
wall. And
Vanish.
yeah,
I'm not your enemy here. I wasn't able to save Clay, but I was able to keep the rest of you from being marked. Show a little bit of gratitude.
What are the marks, Ambrose?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm not entirely sure.
Quick pause. He said there were cameras there, right?
Yeah, but you guys destroyed them.
Okay, but they did see us. It's
Patience.
possible they saw us before that, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, while this is going on, I want to cast a spell.
Okay.
I'm casting Tune In, which basically allows me to pick up any electromagnetic signals, walkie-talkies, radio broadcast, anything like that that's in the area.
Are you obviously casting the spell, or are you subtly casting it?
I mean, it's dark, right?
But I mean, like, are you chanting or giving any indication that you're doing magic?
No.
Okay.
I do have a paradox roll, though. That's a fail, so no paradox. And that's 2 successes.
As you do that, Clay, you notice something immediately takes notice of you. There's immediately a presence that seems to settle on you.
Okay.
Tell this to us.
Yeah. I dropped the spell.
What do you tell them? Like, do it in character.
So I just tried to see if there was like any radio chatter going on and something.
Clay, if you're marked, you shouldn't use your abilities, any of them,
Oh, that's good to know. Thanks.
especially within the walls.
Well, that's great. All right. Well, fuck me
What's-
then.
What's
Anyway,
watching it?
you know when like Lord of the Rings when the Eye of Sauron like comes down?
Yeah,
Kind of what it felt like.
that's the matron.
Okay. Well,
Has the matron been here since we were here as children?
Yes, but she wasn't nearly as insane as then.
Okay, so now that she's seen me, how screwed are we?
Well, it depends on how she's feeling today. If she's on their side, you're very thoroughly screwed. If she's on our side, then I feel like we can move about the place without anyone even knowing we're here.
How do we figure out what side she's on today?
Your guess is as good as mine. Why the hell are you here?
Ambrose, we have to be honest with you. We don't know why we were here to begin with.
From the side, from like the corner, dark spot of the wall, you hear, "Were we here? Did that happen in this line?"
What?
There are some timeline issues, and the latest change of timeline landed us here as children. But that's not all of our memories.
Timeline issues? What are you talking about?
I mean, we're dealing with magical children. You don't think there's going to be some wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff eventually?
But none of the records state that you guys... There was no timeline fluctuations in your readings.
I think it happened.
Doesn't
when
mean
we
it
were
didn't happen.
adults.
I mean, maybe with your brother, but I highly doubt he's made it back by now.
What?
Well, your brother, he was unfortunately given to the Fae, so I mean, he would be outside of our readings.
Is Owen visible
Holy
yet?
Marks.
Well, but remember, Owen's aged.
Yes, our brother.
And who gave the brother to the Fae?
Well, it would have been the headmaster.
Who's the headmaster?
He would have snuck something into the brother's food, and that would have drawn the attention of the Baron.
And this headmaster, is he the same headmaster as now?
No, the headmaster has changed places a few times since my tenure. Honestly, if it wasn't for my dream walking, I don't think they would even have me on the staff still. Oh, and he kind of snaps his fingers, and Ruby, you're suddenly back in the bathroom, but you're on the ground.
What a terrible place. Oh my God. Okay. Are we killing him yet?
Please don't.
He's still being useful right now.
I
And
pace.
this headmaster, that was headmaster when they were children. What is his name?
Oh, Reggie Cargraves. Reggie Cargraves, I believe, was during your time. That was, what, 2000?
Why does Cargrave sound familiar?
Because I just stole it from Umbrella Academy, because you put me on the spot.
There we go. Okay.
Cargraves.
And what was his first name?
Reggie.
Reginald?
I should also write that down.
Robs, yeah.
But this is not something that was unique to Headmaster Cargraves, I would assume. It's something that all the headmasters do, make sacrifices to the Baron.
If the child is unremarkable.
So you're just here going along with all this. Children being trafficked and...
I do my best to hide the children from them as best I can.
How
I might
did you
not-
get into this?
I
Do they have something on you?
I'm here of my own choice.
Why is that?
He pulls back his arm, and you see a much cruder version of the mark on his arm.
Who marked you?
Same as you.
Who marked me again?
The
This
matron?
this place, Whispering Pines.
Can you tell us? We got to look at our files a long time ago, and we saw a little bit about what the Academy thought of each of us, and we were able to determine what most of the classifications meant, but we're still unfamiliar with indigo.
Indigo is a classification for vanilla humans with extra abilities. Like myself, you, Jack, as a telekinetic, and I believe telepath, wasn't it?
No, not anymore.
Yes, and pyrokinetics, things like that. Humans who have extra curricular abilities, as it were.
That's it.
That's the classification. I'm an indigo child myself. I mean, I'm not that young anymore, but
Was it connected to the Destiny engine at all?
the what? They have, I don't know, seers or oracles of some kind. They can see the future.
So you get new kids. They get recruited by this school.
They find children through whatever means. Like I said, some kind of oracle or seer. I'm assuming that's what the matron is. And then
Nuclear blast.
Then they send a team out to collect the wayward children, and then they bring them here under the guise of keeping them safe in the system.
And marking them puts them under this matron's observation, at least. Does she control people through these marks?
If within the school itself, whenever your powers are used, if you are marked, the matron takes note of it. What she does with the information varies from day to day. I'm not even sure where in the school she is. She's been here since I was a child.
Is she potentially amplifying or stifling people's abilities? Depending on how she feels that day?
Well, it is true that my abilities became stronger after I was marked, but I just assumed that was with age. Many of the children do exert much more control over their abilities afterwards.
But there's no reason for that?
I just assumed it was like giving a attention deficit child Adderall. You know, it helps them focus more.
But they can control us through them, can't they?
Not that I've seen, no.
Have you met, since we left, a girl, I don't know if her name means anything, but her name was Chloe. She had the ability to pull hunger spirits from the Shadow Realm. I'm not entirely sure where she was taking them out of, but
she was particularly powerful. She was a particularly powerful summoner, not just hunger spirits. Just about anything she could get her hands on, she could pull into this world. We had to mark her for her own safety, if nothing else. She couldn't sleep without.
And then you lost her, though.
Yes, unfortunately, a janitor at the school took her in the night. We've been trying to track him down, but I'm not in operation, so I don't know what happened.
From the side, from the darkness again, call off the search.
I don't have that power.
Well, we may find someone who does at some point then.
So these marks do have a limiting factor to magic. Then if she couldn't sleep and then she got the mark, then she was able to sleep. So they do limit power in some capacity.
It allowed her to control it better, yes.
And they hope to, create a child army of little weirdos?
The official tagline is that they are securing the future from our kind in regards to normal humans, protecting them.
Okay.
I feel like this is not the case.
I think all
That
of
it's
us would agree.
correct.
Yes, I can definitely see the logic, and if your tagline is defending the mundane humankind and then giving whoever mundane humans that come across this school to the Fae, I can definitely see why that tagline doesn't really ring true.
Unfortunately, we need the protection.
The Baron offers protection to the school.
The school connects to a part of the hedge within his domain. No creatures can easily access the schools due to this.
We walked through a mirror.
I do not know if this is the same level of protection. We've never had anyone walk through a mirror before.
So how do we bring this place down?
What do you mean?
Well, you just said they were corrupt and children are being trafficked. We gotta take this place down, right?
I've been doing my best to keep children from being given to the Baron. I've dream walked a couple people and got the children out, but this facility does help some truly in danger youths.
When did Mr. Shivers leave the staff?
Mr. Shivers?
He would have been an orderly, I think. He brought us in, his children.
Are you talking about the Humming Man?
Yes.
That's not Mr. Shivers. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the
confused.
angel. I'm so sorry. Yes. I don't have the name for the Humming Man. He's just Angel's dad. Shoot.
Forgot to ask her what his name was.
Was there a janitor here that hummed constantly?
Fly Me to the Moon.
His eyes get kind of wide, and he wasn't a janitor.
Well, was he?
I don't know.
What did he do here? What was his job, his purpose?
We know he brought us in.
When I was a child, he was never around, but they spoke of him. And then as I grew up and got a job on the staff here, he started appearing more frequently. And he was very active in recruiting.
Recruiting what?
Children. I can't be sure, but I believe he was much more proactive about orphaning children.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm pretty sure he melted down a nuclear plant in the early aughts.
Do you know what happened to him? Where he went?
I haven't seen hide nor hair of Job in quite some time.
Job.
Yes, that is the name he chose to go by.
We're fairly sure he's dead. Though that sounded impossible.
I mean, I once saw the man put a hatchet through his own face as a Halloween prank, so I find that hard to believe.
We work with his daughter now.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Angel?
It's like a little family here, isn't it?
Is she marked?
No, she is not. And
Should she be?
well, when she left here, she killed all but 4 of the staff and 1 of the children. She is a very dangerous individual.
What child did she not kill?
I don't remember. They've since graduated. But it was just happenstance that she missed the child.
I don't think Angel does anything by happenstance.
Yeah,
Angel,
was she trying to escape, or why would she kill the children too?
Angel is barely functioning as a person. She suffers from disassociation, high levels of autism. She could barely perceive the world around her. I assume that she passed to the elements years ago. I guess perhaps not, given her unique heritage.
What heritage?
She's Job's daughter. Well, as it was explained to me after.
She's perfectly functional. We came here to get information, and I'm not entirely sure that you're the person to give it to us, unfortunately. Is there somewhere else we can go to get that information? Is there I don't know, a record center or computer that would have access to it?
After your adventures, they built a sub-basement. I don't have access.
I mean, if we want to risk it, I can get through the door probably, but then they would know. What
Gonna
family? What all of us, had different families that we were a part of. Like I was, I'm mage, whatever. What was Angel?
As far as I know, she would be considered indigo.
Right, but what inside of that?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I did everything in my power to stay alive that night.
Oh,
I would like to use mind reading on him just to make sure he's not going to fuck us over.
Okay. Does he resist that, or?
So no.
Yeah, he gets resolve plus potency.
So okay, and I get wits, persuasion, primum.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Two successes.
You are met with a brick wall.
Okay.
So any magic that I do here, they'll be able to tell.
The matron will, if she chooses not to tell them.
it's apparently a wild card. Well, I'm still inclined to burn this place down, so
I'm not stopping you.
If you do that, may I at least try and evacuate the children?
yes, we're not going to kill the children. I just want to take down this infrastructure and this facility that experiments on them. But really what we need to do is take down the people behind this. Where are they? Is there a board that meets in secret with their freaky robes? God.
One time I was able to dreamwalk one of the scientists into thinking that he was speaking with a coworker. Unfortunately, even amongst themselves, they don't seem to have all the same amounts of information. Finding out who's in charge of this place would be rather difficult.
We could probably find out where are they located.
Underground?
Underneath this
Sub-basement.
building.
Yes.
Okay.
Below where our mother was singing to us.
Your mother?
Mm-hmm.
What is your mother's name?
I don't think we know. Owen, Clay? Anything?
I don't remember.
You realize you don't know your mother's name.
But you recognized her singing
Yeah.
when you were a
I'd know
child.
I'd know her voice anywhere.
She married a Blackthorn. That's what all we know.
Would I know their
Elias
mom's name
Blackthorn.
from Elias?
Yeah, that's their father.
Our father.
Elias Blackthorn is your father.
Oh
Yes.
God, what's wrong with him?
I mean, I take it you guys never looked at the Wall of Founders.
Who is he trying to get the fuck out of here to do that?
Elias Blackthorn is all of our fathers, honestly.
Well, I mean,
Elias,
kind of, but
Elias Blackthorn started this facility 150 years ago.
you know,
I'm sorry, how long ago?
I feel like any other
100
day that would freak me out, but
It was 150 years ago. There's no way he's still alive.
You want
Not
his
for
number?
long.
who the hell knows anymore? Honestly, who cares?
It might be a coincidence.
They
The
would have to say.
Elias Blackthorn that started this place, was he marked? Should he have been marked?
No, he was a normal man.
That's what he would have wanted everyone to think.
Our father was a primordial. So less helpful.
Maybe he just took on the name.
Can we see a picture of this founder?
In the main hall. I don't know how safe it is to just go strolling through the facility.
Can you walk us through as donors or something?
I could dreamwalk you through, but it would just be a simulacrum.
It's good enough.
Boy, somebody needs to stay out of this.
Hmm?
One of us at least needs to stay out of this. I don't want all of us to be hallucinating at the same time.
True.
I'll stay.
I'll stay.
If I'll go if you could get me close to the basement or maybe even inside.
I am speaking of showing you the picture in your minds, not leaving this room at all.
Please show us.
Close your eyes. everyone who closes their eyes and submits to Ambrose, you are now in the welcome hall where he kind of gestures your vision towards a series of photos, and there's a old black and white photo of a young man with 3 other gentlemen, one of which being Elias Blackthorn, and one of which is definitely Job.
Does Elias Blackthorn look like our father?
Yes, a younger version of your father, but definitely your father.
Okay, so Elias used to be allies with the Humming Man, Job. They to the point where they started a school together because they wanted to do experiments on children. Then somewhere along it gets corrupted.
If he believed that they were helping children.
To be quite clear, the experimentation and marking didn't start until about 50, 60 years ago.
Well, Elias has been here all along. So what changed exactly?
And was Elias involved at that point?
I don't know. I was a child then. I was not present when the marking began, but through records, the earliest known marking was 65 years ago.
How old do we know Elias being?
I mean, you guys thought he was like in his 50s, but that's clearly not the case. And you know from conversations with Dell that primordials can live much longer than normal human.
No, I meant like in our recollection, how old is he?
Oh,
like in his 50s?
Yeah, in his 50s, yeah.
Okay. And about 65 years ago this started happening?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need to talk to your dad. How do we get a hold of him?
Our dad, Ruby.
Yeah, our dad, your dad, whatever dad.
I couldn't remember if you were there for that or not. Sorry.
It was not.
Jack.
What?
Are you a demon? Are you a demon?
I'm not entirely sure what the connotation of that is. I feel like that's derogatory given our setting.
He walks over to the mirror and takes out a penknife, pricks his finger, and starts writing on the mirror a contract stating that you can have him. This will help you, will it not?
What do you want?
To be free of this.
Oh.
And for all the children to be safe.
And
you can do this, yes? I felt your mind in mine. I felt that before. That was not telepathy.
And for all the children to be safe.
Yes, if you destroy the facility, you will take the children to safety. And in return, I know what you're capable of. I know what I'm signing away.
You don't want this anymore.
If what you say is true, I have done no good here at all. I thought that I had done good. I thought that I had helped you, Clay. I thought that I had helped Owen. I thought I had helped so many children. And yet, if what you say is true, is I've done nothing but evil my entire life. And if you taking my form can get you down into the bowels, so be it.
You've already told us that it can't, though. You're not allowed down there.
Would you not gain my abilities?
I haven't tried to take one of our own, but I'm not sure, honestly. I've only taken mortals.
Can you wait here a moment?
Yes.
And he kind of leaves the room.
Owen, be ready to run.
Don't do it. He needs to live with what he's done.
But it could help us.
He can't take the easy way out.
But if we can have this, it'll help us save everyone else. I mean, think of what we could accomplish with that.
I've said my piece.
I think we need to look at the greater good and do whatever we can to save the rest of these poor
Yes,
children.
the greater good, like giving a child over to the Baron to protect this facility. Yes, that greater good. You're right. Greater good is always the way to go.
We can't just destroy the facility. We have to destroy the infrastructure. I think that's the place to start. We have to know what the matron is. We have to know what is keeping this place standing. If we just burn it all to the ground, they're just going to rebuild. I mean, they have the funding. Nothing's stopping them. They just won't have Ambrose to protect any of the children.
It does sound correct, unfortunately.
I think we have to find the source before anything happens.
We just need to know more.
I don't trust him still.
I could be bringing security to us right now.
That's what I'm saying. Be ready with the mirror. Be ready to run. I mean, what do we know? For all we know, we could all be standing in a dream state now. We just don't register it yet. He could be the savior of these children, or he could be our own demise. I hope for their sakes and for our sakes he was the former, but nothing in this place ever was what it seemed.
Well, and maybe if we figure out who's corrupted it, maybe we can restore it to what its original purpose was. To actually help these children who had, no guidance in this area.
It helped Chloe before she was removed.
We have to infiltrate. Maybe one of us could get a job here and start working to pull all the staff together, or at least determine which staff are. Or we could assassinate each of them one at a time. I just am toggling between the two extremes.
Pointing at the mirror.
Infiltrating way too long.
I have a job here waiting for me.
I mean, unless we can figure out a different way to find out who's behind it all. Again, can we talk to Elias?
I can text him, but who knows? The last time I tried to contact him over phone, it got crazy. And I don't disagree with Owen. I think that Ambrose should have to live with what he's done if all he's saying is true. For better or for worse, I mean, he should be able to celebrate his victories, but also have to feel the guilt of the pain that he's caused.
He was sent here himself, destroyed by these monsters in whatever way they did. So I don't necessarily blame him.
You hear a soft knock on the door, and Ambrose's voice is like, "Coming in."
I'm just going to text Elias ? And send it.
You're texting the Elias's number?
Yeah.
Because the number you guys have for Elias, wasn't that the one you guys texted that got
Shivers.
Elle in trouble last time?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So we don't really know how to get a hold of him at all. Okay, never
One
mind.
text Hunter.
Ignore that.
Ambrose comes back in here, and he hands you like an ID badge.
Okay.
Once this is used, it won't work again. And once you're down in the lower levels, they'll know that you aren't who's on this card. But this will get you down there.
What did you do?
Is that enough for you to make the deal?
What did you do to get this?
I dreamwalked one of the technicians to make the current headmaster a new key card.
Ambrose, any time to think about this?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's either this or I won't be here come tomorrow.
Why is that?
I think you can infer.
He's going to
I
remove
much
himself
prefer
from the
to stop
equation.
existing. I still have a lingering fear of karmic afterlife, but if Jack takes me, I will not have to fear that any longer. I realize I am being selfish, but I can no longer live this way.
Help us dismantle it.
No.
How? I don't have gifts like you. Sure, I can dreamwalk, but I've already done more than I can bear today.
But you're on the inside. You can find out, intel into these people.
And if Jack takes my deal, he will be on the inside as well.
Coward.
That's what he means. She's not wrong.
Where do you live? Do you live on campus or do you have your own home?
I live here, yes.
And that's true for all the staff?
No, just me. I'm the only staff that's marked, so I'm not permitted to leave the campus.
Whoa. Okay. Okay, so addresses, could you potentially get addresses for where the staff lives?
Given time, yes.
I don't know.
Please, Jack.
You don't deserve it.
I know. I'm asking you
know?
I'm asking you to be a better man than me.
That's bullshit.
To give you an easy way out as being a better man. All right. I think that's making us both worse people, but that's fine. I take his finger and manifest the nail and prick it again to get more blood. And then take the blood and sign onto the mirror.
Now what?
Now I take you whenever I'm ready.
What do you mean?
Whenever I'm ready, I take you.
So I am to wait.
I would recommend going about your life. Can't have you breaking the contract by making anything weird. Make sure I get what I was promised, or it'll be broken.
What were you promised?
Your life, as it is presently, the safety of the children, and the access that grants, I believe, are the tenets of the contract, if I read it correctly. If you change your life, if you end your life, if you forfeit the value that it has now, then the contract will be void.
Very well.
And you're going to help us take this place down from the inside. I don't know how we're going to do that yet, but...
You do realize chances are I'm going to be seeing the inside of a holding cell after today.
Do you just think you don't deserve that?
I'm just saying I don't know how much help I'll be. I'm the only staff member seen coming in and out of a room with no cameras.
Well, it was lovely to see you again, one way or another.
Indeed. Shall I go?
That's probably for the best. Can't have you missing appointments.
And he walks out.
I'll go up to Jack and give him a big hug. Thank you.
We only have so many choices.
All right. So the way I see it is we have that card for maybe one day until they figure out there's there's a duplicate card. Maybe we could sneak in there. I can find a mirror somewhere and we can come back later when we have more intel. Or we can bust down the door and force these so-called scientists to talk.
Walter, roll a d10 for me.
Okay. Just a single D10?
Yep.
He went to shoot himself.
What? What'd you get?
A 1.
A 1?
A 1.
Jack, you hear a gentle humming from the sinks, and you see a young version of you kind of smudge your signature just a little bit, and then the contract disappear.
I attacked the child.
You don't see him.
Oh.
Only Jack sees it.
And then a moment later, Mr. Ambrose walks back in. So now you need me. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'd like to give a great shout out to our patrons. Coulter, I think you have it memorized.
Yeah, we have Sparky, David Lugo, Daniel, David, Scott, and most recently, who decided our tagline, Rio's mom.
Mi madre.
Thank you all so much for following us. We're hoping that you're enjoying the after parties. And also, as a reminder, Patreon's not the only way to get a hold of us. Please hit us up on YouTube. Comment, like, subscribe, also on all the other social media that are in the doobly-doo. So, yeah, we would love to talk with you guys, and we always enjoy those conversations.
And I will give the 1,000th subscriber Coulter's personal phone number so you can call him anytime. So there's that.
Yeah, I'll give Mark a fuck. Mark already has my phone number. Shoot.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you roll for initiative and something. Cry.
Say your
what
tearful
is it?
goodbyes.
Say
Which
your
tonight
tearful
is
goodbye.
officially, yeah, it's very fitting for this. God damn it.
Cast